What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe. We're doing daily Manchester City transfer updates, so if you want to stay up to date and in the loop ASAP every single day with the latest Manchester City transfer news, then do subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. 22k subscribers, that's what we're aiming for. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business enquiries. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 300 likes, that is the like goal, and also let me know your thoughts of these transfers in the comments below. Lastly, this video is sponsored and it's brought to you by OneFootball. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. It's a free app to download. In my opinion, the best footballing app out there. I'll keep you up to date with all the latest football scores, results, stats, statistics, live league tables, what channel you can view the games on, and also the latest football news and transfer news, and is one of my places to go to get my transfer stories from. Well worth having, so go and use my link. That helps to support the future content created here on my channel, which will take you to the download page to download OneFootball. Let's crack on though with this video. We're going to start off with the outs, and we've got an update on Joel Ndala. Now, you may be unaware of who he is. He is a Manchester City youngster. He's a winger. He's 15 years old and a good upcoming prospect for Manchester City. However, he is a target for Bayern Munich. This is according to the Secret Scout. They say, this has been accessed, by the way, via my video sponsor, OneFootball, which, like I said, link is in the description if you want to go and download OneFootball. But they're saying that Bayern Munich, they have taken a liking to Joel, and they want to be able to poach him from Manchester City. Now, the stance with young players who have not turned professional, so football players won't turn professional until they are 17 years old. So that means he is free to sign for whomever he wishes, whenever he wants, basically. So if Bayern Munich want to sign him, they can just put their proposal forward to the player and his representatives. They can bring him over to Bayern Munich, and there you go, the transfer is done. However, whilst it doesn't require a direct fee and negotiations with Manchester City, it would require compensation because he is not yet a professional football player. Normally, there'd be an agreement between the two clubs, they'd agree a compensation package, and then they'd agree to the transfer. It's normally what does happen. Sometimes agreements cannot be found between the two clubs, but agreements can be found with the player, where the player would go over to the club that wants him and sign for them anyway. And if that is the case, then it's not, you know, impossible for cases to then go to court. If it does go to court, then the court would draw up what compensation would have to be paid by the buying club to the selling club. I'm not saying that that might be an issue here or anything, but I'm just saying that if Bayern Munich do want to sign Ndala, then that's the road and avenue that they're going to have to go down to be able to make this transfer happen. It's a video for another time for me to speak about Manchester City and young players and potentially losing yet another top quality prospect before they've fully developed and making serious pushes towards the first team squad. There we go. Anyway, let's move on to the ins. We've got an update on Denis Zakaria from my last video. Borussia Monchengladbach apparently now are open to selling him in January. He, of course, is free to sign a pre-contract agreement with any club outside of Germany. Manchester City have been linked. United and Liverpool are also being linked. Dortmund's name's been chucked out there along with Bayern Munich. That's according to a journalist based in Manchester known as Jonathan Shrager. I don't know much about him. I've not heard of him before. before, but there we go. Anyway, so they're the interested clubs in Denis Zakaria, but it seems like Monchengladbach are wanting to cash in on Zakaria before losing him for free, so they can get a few £1 million, £6 million it seems like is what they're looking for. That's according to Sport BILD. So we'll have to see what happens on that front, but it is thought that Manchester United are the team that are showing the most interest in Denis Zakaria right now, as Rangnick is wanting to try and shore up Manchester United's midfield, and of course with him having worked plenty of times in Germany before, we'll be fully aware of Denis Zakaria's capabilities and what he can bring to the squad, so that transfer story doesn't really surprise me. But I did speak about in my last video that Fernandinho, there's every possibility that he will leave Manchester City in the summer on a free contract, and if that is the case, then we are a defensive midfielder down, and Denis Zakaria was a good cheap alternative for Manchester City, who's a fairly decent player as well. But if other clubs are showing interest and are willing to pay £6 million, I don't see Manchester City right now doing that. And the rumours that I have heard is Manchester City won't be doing any business in January when it comes in the form of incomings. But I'm always going to keep my eyes and ears open, because whilst we might not be doing incomings for January, City can put things in place and into motion ready for the summer, which is what I'm anticipating, and that is with one player in mind, and that leads me on to the next transfer story, which is Erling Haaland. Now, Fabrizio Romano has said that Erling Haaland, he will not leave Dortmund in January. No decision has been made on his next club yet. Raiola is going to have talks with the player and with Borussia Dortmund. I presume that will be to tell Dortmund that Haaland wants to leave this summer, and when that is the case, that's when Raiola will start speaking to interested parties. We already know there's two concrete interests from two clubs, which has been confirmed through various sources. The first is Barcelona, confirmed through Hagrid FCB, who says Barcelona, they are keen on signing Erling Haaland and will hold talks with Raiola, not just about Erling Haaland, but also for Matthias de Ligt from Juventus, as well as Barcelona are looking to try and resurge their way to the top. The problem Barcelona have got is they're pretty restricted when it comes to being able to register players with La Liga. Ferran Torres, they've signed already for €55 million from Manchester City. They haven't registered him yet, and they're not going to register him until he's over his injury and he's ready to go with their squad. That's in the hope that they'll be able to sell a player or two so they don't breach the salary cap, because if it does go over that La Liga salary cap, then Barcelona cannot register Ferran Torres. They had problems with Eric Garcia and Sergio Aguero in the summer. If you cast your minds back, there is some space in that Barcelona squad to get some players registered, but it would take Barcelona to sell players, and what they seem to be doing right now is buying players, then selling players, and to me that is a very risky move to go down. To me, Barcelona would be better looking towards their youth academy to build players up, to generate transfers and funds that way, to then sort their finances out, as they are a very self-sustaining club from the young players that they're producing, but they don't seem to have learnt their lessons. They just want to spend money that they don't really have to try and get right back to the top, and to me that is a very risky move for them to play, and that's what they're trying to do here with Erling Haaland. Real Madrid are another club that's interested, showing a lot of interest in him. They're chasing, of course, Kylian Mbappe. You have to question again with La Liga's restrictions, can they afford Kylian Mbappe's wage and Erling Haaland's wage, if rumours are to be believed that Erling Haaland's wanting somewhere between £300,000 and £500,000 per week. Kylian Mbappe's probably going to be wanting £500,000 plus per week as well. They are two very incredibly expensive transfers to get done. I know PSG's name's been chucked out there with Erling Haaland, but Erling Haaland has apparently said that La Liga is the place that he wants to go to, not the Premier League, not Liga, and it's La Liga that he's having a good look at, and so that's where Raiola probably will head first to hold talks with them, and then he'll probably head to England to hold talks with clubs interested from the Premier League. We know City are one of them clubs. Chelsea probably will be one of them clubs, particularly with the uncertainty surrounding Romelu Lukaku and the comments that he's made about his former club Inter Milan. And very interesting saying that City made an offer back in 2020. Manchester United are also being linked, according to Fabrizio Romano. However, he does confirm that there is no Rangnick clause in place for Manchester United to have an advantage when it comes to Erling Haaland, and so right now it's looking more likely that Haaland will head to La Liga rather than heading to the Premier League. And for City and Erling Haaland, it is pretty quiet on that front, but that doesn't mean things can't start to take shape and take place over the coming days, weeks and months. And it isn't impossible for a transfer to be put in place for Erling Haaland when that release clause becomes active in the summer. That cannot be done this month, but can be done from February onwards right through to the summer. Interest is very high in Erling Haaland. This isn't normally how City do their transfers, so it'll be interesting to see if City do decide to do this. I know City are being linked with plenty of other strikers. Dusan Vlahovic, Harry Kane, Darwin Núñez are just some of the names that have been chucked out there as alternatives to Erling Haaland. And I'm sure everybody wants City to sign the most promising upcoming striker in the world in Erling Haaland, but the transfer is incredibly difficult. But I will keep you up to date with that every single step of the way. So there we go, that has been the transfer update. I do apologise for not doing a video yesterday. If there's not enough news for me to do a video, then I'm not just going to put out videos just for the sake of it. I'm waiting for there to be some concrete, solid news, interesting news, informative news and accurate news for you guys. When I do have that, I will put that out, and if that is on a daily basis, then there will be daily Manchester City transfer updates, which, fingers crossed, touch wood, decimated wood, that will be the case. So don't forget, if you are interested, do subscribe. Daily Manchester City transfer updates coming throughout all of the January winter transfer window. 22k, that is the aim. We're less than 700 subs away from that goal, nearly less than 600 subs now. So subscribe if you want to stay up to date every single day with the latest Manchester City transfer news throughout the January transfer window. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Like goal, 300 likes. We fell short in my last video, so let's see if we can hit 300 likes in this video. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts on what you made of these transfers in the comments below. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link at the top of my description to go and download OneFootball. Very good for transfer news. I'm using it for my daily transfer updates, so go and download OneFootball, free app to go and download. Press that link at the top of my description. That does help to support the future content created here on my channel by downloading OneFootball through my link. It does keep these videos coming for you guys. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope everybody is safe and well. I've been JSGC. I'll see you tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. Peace. Ciao for now.